Hi everybody, Dan Illman here, taking a look at race number 9 at Laurel Park on a stakes-laden Sunday card. There are 4 stakes on the program, but the highlight is the $150,000 Frank J. DeFrancis Memorial Dash. Let's take a look at this pretty full field of sprinters, and there are some good ones in this race, including millionaire Sibelius, who's best known for winning the Group 1 Dubai Golden Shaheen in 2023. He failed to successfully defend his championship in the Golden Shaheen this year, but he returned with a solid effort at Gulfstream Park, and he usually shows up with a solid try. And he has good tactical speed, as we see from our Timeform US pace projector, where Sibelius should be up close to the pace, along with the razor-sharp number 9 Dean Delivers, a horse that is fast out of the gate, but is also very comfortable sitting off of another horse. Maybe 7's 11 will show fresh speed. We haven't seen him since February. He's getting blinkers for the first time, and he went right to the front in the General George last time out before running into a really good horse named Post Time. We're going to start things off with the 1 Gordian Knot. This is a nice Pennsylvania bred who began his career with Lupe Preciado and showed a lot of promise. Beginning this year, he was sent over to the Jamie Ness barn. He didn't run particularly well in his first start of the year. Ness was disappointed, he told me. He tried to stretch him out on turf to wake him up in the With Anticipation Stakes, and he just didn't seem to stay. They got him back to his best game, sprinting on the dirt last time out. It resulted in improved performance in the Alpaca's run, although no match for Dean Delivers. He might be racing himself back into shape for this, his 4th start of the year, and if this pace gets hot, I could see Gordian not coming with a kick and maybe getting a piece. He did run very well when 3rd in the Grade 3 Gallant Bob last year at Parks. The 2 is Always in a Hurry, another horse that would benefit from a fast pace, as he did in his most recent start. They were blazing in this race, going 3/4 of a mile. Always in a Hurry didn't break very well, but that pace worked to his advantage, and he came with a big late run to get the job done for trainer Phil Capuano. This was Always in a Hurry's 2nd race back after an extremely long layoff. He probably needed his first run at Pimlico, but he was fit and ready to go 2nd time back, and he's got plenty of back class. He's a restricted stakes winner here at Laurel Park. I think Always in a Hurry. Give him some pace. He'll come with a little bit of a kick. Let's move on now to the number 3, 7's 11, a horse that did some very good things last year and did some very nice things in the beginning of 2024. Here's his most recent effort. It's the Grade 3 General George, and Angel Cruz just gave him a very nice ride. They didn't go fast early. The opening quarter in 23-4, 7's 11 turns into the stretch with all the advantages from a pace standpoint. He just happened to run into a monster in Post Time, who runs right past 7's 11 to win. Post Time would go on to win the Carter Handicap in New York with a 97 buyer, and recently ran 2nd in the Grade 1 Metropolitan Handicap behind last year's Preakness winner National Treasure. Post Time's a good horse. 7's 11 showed he was a good horse in that race. Now he's going to have to deal with a little bit of a layoff. We haven't seen him since February, and it's interesting that blinkers are being added to the equation here. Again, this is a horse that's run very well over this surface. We'll see if 6 is a bit sharp, and if he can show that sort of early zip going this distance, where he's shown speed going 7 and a mile in the past. Prince of Jericho goes out for Brittany and Sheldon Russell, and this horse has been knocking on the door in recent starts. He was 3rd in the Maryland Sprint 2 starts back when he was wired by the quality Super Chow over Muddy Going, and last time out in the Alpaca's run, he saved ground. Dean Delivers got the jump on him turning for home, and Prince of Jericho was able to rally up for 2nd. To me, he's the kind of horse that needs a little bit of pace. He's going to get it in the DeFrancis, and I think he's at his best when he's a closing sprinter going 3/4 of a mile. Prince of Jericho can stay close going slightly longer distances if the paces are slow, but if the pace is hot, he'll be in mid-pack, and he'll come with a run. He is very, very consistent. The 5 is Awesome Aaron, and he's stepping up in class after being wired at Churchill Downs when entered for a $40,000 tag. He pushed the pace setter in the early part of that race and just couldn't step on with that horse in the stretch. Only 3 for 24 lifetime. They've tried him a couple of times in stakes company at Churchill Downs to no avail. He has to prove that he fits with these kind of horses. Sibelius is up next, and he's just such a likable sort. Winner of the Grade Grade 3 Mr. Prospector at Gulfstream in 2022, aforementioned winner of the Golden Shaheen when receiving a perfect ground-saving trip on a gold rail day. And last time out in the Smile Sprint, it was his first race back from Dubai. He was part of the pace, and he held on very well to be third. He'll be forwardly placed in the DeFrancis Dash and likely right in the thick of things when they turn for home. Don't sleep on Little Vic, the number 7. This is a horse that kept really good company at Aqueduct in 2023, winning the Grade 3 Tom Fool handicap over Muddy Going. He was a winner 2 starts back at Tampa Bay, going 3/4 of a mile, and last time out they sent him up to Monmouth, and you would think that a wet track would work for Little Vic. He just happened to catch Dean Delivers that day. He just didn't seem like himself, Little Vic. He threw a fit behind the gate before they went in, then didn't break very well and just seemed sluggish all the way around the track. He's now back with Juan Avila, and Little Vic is a horse that can get a lot closer to the pace when he's feeling right and behaving himself. 5 Dreams is up next. This is a guy who's moving turf to dirt. His last dirt race was okay. This is a 6-furlong race at Laurel, in for the $40,000 claiming option. No real excuses here. He sat off the lead. He comes with a solid run. He's going to finish third. I liked his performance 2 starts back for Parks, but that was in a condition claiming race. A $40,000 beaten. He must prove that he can handle these kind of horses. He has hit the exacta in 23 of 45 starts, but really not against this sort of competition in a long, long time. Dean Delivers could very well be the horse to beat in here. Off his last 2 races, they switched him to Ned Allard's barn, and he's responded with buyers of 97 and 96, including this win in the Alpaca's Run over Prince of Jericho, who was second. Gordian Knot was third. Dean Delivers pushed the pace, took over, and was on his way under Jamie Rodriguez. When I talked to Ned Allard before the Alpaca's Run, he said that this horse, who had always been a consistent runner down in Florida, just didn't seem to like the heat earlier this year. Came back up, the cooler weather seemed to help him, but boy, in the Alpaca's Run, that day was a roaster. It must have been about 100 degrees with the heat index. Dean Delivers is coming into this race in good form and is another horse with fine early speed. Twisted Ride is the 10. He's also cross-entered at Saratoga and Saturday's Alfred G. Vanderbilt. Connections have still yet to make the decision on where they want to go. Twisted Ride exits this race, a high-level allowance at Parks, where he tries hard in between horses and has only beaten 3/4 of a length. And that's what trainer Mike Moore has always said about Twisted Ride. His best asset could be his courage. He likes to fight you in mid-stretch, and he had a couple of nice races even in New York when he was in strong form in 2023. He has to get back to those races. His recent buyer speed figures, mid-80s, probably not going to do it in a race like the DeFrancis. And breaking from this outside post, he might be the outermost of the early pace and could be forced wide all the way around the track. Let's take a look at my top picks for the DeFrancis Dash. I think Dean Delivers can make it a 3-peat. He's looked so good with competitive buyer speed figures at Monmouth and at Delaware, and he's going to be forwardly placed in this race. Ned Allard's been doing great work for a long time, and it looks like he's got Dean Delivers back on his best game. It really is a nice card at Laurel Park on Sunday. 4 stakes races, including the DeFrancis. Best of luck.